Hey, Cub fans. Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. Cubs beat the Rockies 5-0 and pretty much dominated the Rockies today. They didn't really get anything going. Rockies only had 3 hits, and we got all 5 of our runs in the third inning. So we'll walk you through that. We'll start with the bad news because I think the rest is good. First piece of bad news is Jameson Taillon was a late scratch. So I kept waiting to hear what the issue was, and we didn't hear it all game long. So Jameson Taillon scheduled to start today, scratched at the last minute, and we've to this point have heard nothing. So Thomas Pannone, veteran Thomas Pannone, started, and he did really well. So we'll talk about the pitching. First, let's go through the starting lineup. We started Nico at second, leading off. Seiya Suzuki was in right field, hitting second. Cody Bellinger in center field in the 3-hole. Dansby at shortstop, hitting cleanup. Dominic Smith was the DH in the 5-hole. Yan Gomes caught, hitting sixth. Patrick Wisdom, third base, hitting seventh. Garrett Cooper playing first base, hitting eighth. And Alexander Canario was in left field, hitting ninth. And when I first saw the lineup, one of the things I thought was really interesting is that, there's still some decisions to be made, as we know. And Dom Smith, Patrick Wisdom, Garrett Cooper, and Canario would be at least 4 players that are sort of in the mix, in the hunt, is what we would really say. And I just thought it was interesting that they were all in the lineup sort of at the same time, and it gave us a chance to get a really sort of a good look, a good comparison for the 4 of them. And the fact that Patrick Wisdom is making his first start in, I think, 10 days. I think February 27th was the last time he played. So it was good to see Patrick back, and he looked fine. Looked like he was moving, so it didn't look like his quad was having any lingering effects. So that was the Cubs lineup, and nothing really happened until the third inning, and that's when we broke loose. We brought 9 guys to the plate. We had a leadoff walk by Garrett Cooper to get us started. Canario came up and struck out looking. Nico came up, singled with a hard line drive. Seiya singled behind him with another hard line drive. So that gave us bases loaded, 1 out with Cody Bellinger coming up. Belly turned on one, hit it to the right field warning track, took a hop, bounced over the fence for a ground rule double. 2 runs scored. So Belly got a ground rule double, 2 RBIs. Then Dansby came up and he reached on what was a fielder's choice. And it was kind of an odd play. We had nobody moved because Dansby hit it right down the line. Seiya was on third. He scrambled back. He made it in time, but by the time the third baseman made an attempt on Seiya, it was too late. So Dansby reached on what they called a fielder's choice. And then Dom Smith came up and flared a single RBI to short right field. That brought up Patrick Wisdom. Wizzy hit a really solid, hard-hit single up the middle to score 2. So Wizzy had 2 RBIs, Bellinger had 2 RBIs, and Dom Smith had the other one. So just going through what the Cubs did, Nico went 1 for 3. He had a base hit in the middle of that 5-run third. Seiya looked good again. He went 1 for 3. Belly went 1 for 3. Dansby went 0 for 3. Grounded out to third baseman twice, and then that fielder's choice. So he had all 3 of his balls to the third baseman today. Dom Smith had 2 hits and an RBI, 2 hits and a strikeout. So Dom looked pretty good today again. Gomes went 0 for 3. Patrick went 2 for 3. He had an additional single. In addition to his 2 RBI knock that he had in the third. Garrett Cooper went 0 for 2 with a walk. And Canario went 0 for 2, struck out twice. Some late inning substitutions that got at bats. Miles Mastrobuoni came in, got an at bat. He grounded out 3 unassisted. Bodie got an at bat. He struck out swinging. Strump got an at bat and walked. Brad Bradley Beasley got his at bat, and he hit into a 5-4-3 double play. And Joe Hudson got an at bat. He struck out. And Matt Mervis got an at bat, and he struck out in his only shot. So that's sort of what we did offensively. 7 hits, 2 walks, struck out 8 times. We were 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Only left 3 on base. So offensively, that 5-run third was plenty. Because let's get to the pitchers. We talked about Jameson Taillon being a late-minute scratch. And that's a little bit of a gut punch for me. I'm a little worried. The fact that he was scheduled and they scratched him late and we didn't hear anything, I mean, I just have no idea. But here's the good news. Thomas Pannone came in and he pitched 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 Ks, and was pretty much dominant. He had a pickoff move that may be the quickest one I've seen. So the move, he's left-handed. So it's a step-back quick throw, right? He did it twice, and they were pretty quick. And the play was close, but he was called safe. Then on this third one, he did this pickoff move. It was the same move, but it was like 50% quicker than the last 2, and he picked this guy off. I mean, it was lightning fast. So Pannone has this lightning fast pickoff move, plus he's got a slide step. So dude really holds on runners. I think he's the best pitcher I've seen this spring in terms of holding on runners with that skill set. He's quick to the plate. He's got a nasty move on that quick step off and snap throw. But in addition to that, he just pitched really well. He threw 40 pitches, 25 of them were strikes, and he was pretty dominant. You know, Pannone's a veteran. Last year he pitched in the major leagues. He pitched in AAA, and he also pitched in the KBA. So. In Korea. So he's an experienced guy, and last minute, I don't know how much notice he got, 10 minutes maybe, he warmed up and started throwing. He did great. 3 innings. It got even better. Carl Edwards Jr. came in, and Carl was nasty. Carl threw 10 pitches, 9 strikes. So got through his inning in no time, and just nasty. And it's the best I've ever seen Carl Edwards Jr. He was under control. He was pounding the strike zone, movement on these pitches. He was calm, cool, collected, and was just nasty. In a game where pitchers dominated for the most part, to me, Carl Edwards Jr. was the best pitcher I saw today. Adbert came in, pitched an inning, looked fine, walked a guy, struck out a guy. He had only 12 pitches to get through his inning, 7 strikes. Hector Neris came in, gave up a hit, got out of it, 1 strikeout. He threw 11 strikes out of 13 pitches. Yency Almonte came in, clean inning. He threw 7 pitches, 4 strikes. Palencia came in, pitched an inning, struck out 2. He threw 16 pitches, 10 strikes. And Hunter Bigge finished this up, pitched the 9th inning, just gave up the 1 hit, 2 Ks, 17 pitches, and 11 strikes. We were just so efficient. We were pounding the strike zone today. I actually had to go back because it just sort of was obvious that we were just throwing strikes, quick innings. So I just ran everybody's numbers, and everybody had tremendous percentages. I'll give them to you again. 25 out of 40 pitches for Thomas Pannone. Carl Jr. was 9 out of 10. Adbert was 7 out of 12. Hector was 11 out of 13. Yency was 4 out of 7. Palencia 10 out of 16, and Hunter Bigge 11 out of 17. Just pounding the zone. Gave up 3 hits, no runs obviously, only walked 2, struck out 9. Pitchers just rocked today. It was awesome. It just looked so good. So it was nice to have that happen at the tail end of Jameson Taillon getting scratched, because it just wasn't a good start. So a good 5-0 win over the Rockies. We've got Texas tomorrow, and but good game today against the Rockies. We had our thumb on them the whole time, and it was good to see. So thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Go Cubs, go.